I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner Diaz. And today's idea for dinner is a celebration of the humble can of Spam, but with a taste of Hawaii, as we show you how to make the iconic Spam musubi, and then a family favorite dish that locals love, Spam and cabbage. Get your can opener ready. Joining me in the Dinner Diaz kitchen today to take us on a tour of these traditional tastes is Chef Palani Visoria, born in Kauai, raised in Oahu, and now running Palani's Hawaii Noodles in Wesley Chapel. My friend, welcome to the Dinner Diaz kitchen. Aloha.
Aloha, mahalo. Here is a taste of Hawaii.
Aloha, brother. Aloha to you, my friend. I'm so excited for this one. Chef Palani is making two different dishes with this classic canned cuisine. Later, he's going to share his take on the iconic Spam musubi, which is on the menu everywhere in Hawaii, from convenience stores to high-end restaurants. But first, we're going to get started with a family favorite from your childhood, Spam and cabbage, which is how your mom made this dish for a family of 5?
That's correct. Back in the day, we could use either hot dogs or Spam, but Spam was very popular in Hawaii.
Okay.
So we take a can of Spam, a head of cabbage, a little soy sauce, a little chicken broth or beef broth, and put it in a pan, simmer it for 25 minutes, spread it for 5 kids, and it takes care of everybody.
I love that. Was she your inspiration for being in the kitchen?
My mom and dad, they both cooked.
They both cooked.
Oh yeah, my dad was a better cooker. Sorry, Mom. But my mom had some really great dishes too. But
Okay.
Spam and cabbage is one of her favorites.
This is one of the favorites. And this is what really is a local favorite too in itself.
Correct. Now Spam, it goes back to World War II when the military came to the Pacific. They brought the can of Spam, went to all the places like Guam, the Philippines, Hawaii, of course, Japan, and we turned it into another meat culture. In fact, we have Gasparilla here in Tampa. In Hawaii, we have Spam Jam, which is just as big, just as glorious, and just as much fun.
And all things that just celebrate Spam.
That's correct.
That is so cool. That is so cool. So how do we get started with this dish?
Oh, right now I've got the onions sauteed. We're going to take this off here, and we're going to cut up some Spam.
So all you were trying to do is just to soften them, make them a little translucent, get just a little bit of color, it looks like.
That's correct.
But not really make them too caramelized.
No, because during the process here, the Spam, cabbage, and the onions will sit and simmer for about 25 minutes, so everything's going to work together just beautifully.
All right. What's next then?
So right now I'm going to do is take a can of Spam. I'm going to open this thing, and one little bang. Usually just comes right out. And this is a Spam slicer, which you can get on Amazon.
Wait, so this is like a specific slicer just for the Spam?
Yes.
This is not an egg slicer. This is straight up.
This is not for ostrich eggs. This is strictly for Spam. I'm going to put it right here, and we're going to cut it down the center like so.
And this is going to give you even, uniform slices by the magic of a Spam slicer.
So I've already sliced that one way. We're going to cut it down this way next. One more. And then we're going to take it sideways, and we're going to cut it like so. Just go this way. And now we're going to add a little oil in that pan.
Okay.
If you will.
This one here?
Thank you. Thanks for your help. That's perfect. We're going to throw all this in there. We're just going to brown them. And right now, all the kids are getting their showers done, getting ready for dinner.
Yeah. And how long and what are we looking for here?
What we're looking for is just a little browning of the meat.
Okay.
So I'm just spreading it all out here on the low heat. We're going to add a little bit more oil if you would do that for me.
I certainly can.
Thank you, Jeff. Excellent.
And if you want more Spam in your life, check out our website, and we promise you, not the internet kind of Spam, the good stuff. Go to dinnerdiaz.com if you want Chef Palani's recipes for his mom's Spam and cabbage and the Spam musubi we're about to do. Or open your camera app to scan the QR code on screen right now. Just point your phone at the TV as if you're going to take a photo, but hold it still so it has that box in frame and in focus, and a link to us will appear. Yeah, you can start seeing some of that color starting to come through.
Yes, it's browning very nicely. So once we're done with this, we'll throw the onions back in, throw the chopped cabbage on top of that, add a little soy sauce, a little broth, a little water,
Okay.
and let it simmer for 25 minutes.
I love that. And we also have another pan here that we're going to be doing for the Spam musubi, too.
Spam musubi, yes. The Spam musubi was developed by, according to, we say in Hawaii, Barbara Funimura on the island of Kauai, where I was born.
Okay.
Back in the late 80s, 1980s. People would come off the plantation, sugarcane fields or pineapple fields, and they wanted something quick to eat. So what she did was figure, get some rice, a little Spam, wrap it with a little nori, and the Spam musubi was born.
And that was it.
That was it.
All right. What do we got to do to get that started?
All right, so we open up another can of Spam here. We're going to use the same Spam slicer. I love that sound.
All right. You showed me, you showed us
try
how
it?
to, I would love to try it.
Go
So
ahead.
we're just going straight in like so.
Yeah. Write it right down. Beautiful.
Okay.
You'll make your Hawaiian.
I'm ready for it.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so we're going to put that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go over here.
Okay.
We're going to put some oil in this pan and turn the heat up. Oh, great. We'll turn this around a little bit. Spread that out.
Okay.
And if you would like put 4 pieces of Spam on there.
Okay.
He's done this before, I can tell. Beautiful. So we're just going to brown them on both sides.
Okay.
In fact, we can put a 5th one in the middle if you like.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for that one.
Good.
I love Spam. I really, really do. Now, growing up, does Spam still have that same bite for you? Like, it still brings you back to like
I'll
childhood?
have Spam and eggs and rice for breakfast sometimes.
Okay.
And I make a lot of musubi at the shops over at Polani's in the crates in the Wesley Chapel.
Okay.
And we sell these musubis anywhere from 20 to about 50 a day, depending on the day.
Wow.
It's a big seller, and people love it.
And like,
So right
you
now
can
we're
get
doing
these
that.
anywhere in Hawaii.
Yeah, so we're gonna, before you flip it over,
Okay.
we're just gonna add a little teriyaki sauce. And now you can flip it over so you can glaze on that side. And we're gonna flip that over again.
Now,
Beautiful.
you could use any teriyaki sauce that you like for this?
Correct. You can use Polani's teriyaki sauce that we sell at the shop. Or
Okay.
you can use any teriyaki sauce. It's just basically just to give the meat some flavor. We're gonna do the same thing here. Okay, let's work it out. And then we
It
can
already smells absolutely fantastic. With our Spam sizzling, we're taking a quick break. When we come back, we get creative with cabbage as our Spam celebration continues here on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz with an idea for dinner that celebrates the little can that could, Spam. Designed by Hormel Foods to help sell pork shoulder, it's been around since 1937 and sells 7 million cans a year in Hawaii alone, which is the state that eats the most of it. And here to share tips and tricks to try this legendary lunch meat for your main meal is Chef Palani Visoria, who runs Palani's Hawaii Noodles in Wesley Chapel. He's sharing recipes for the iconic Spam musubi, plus his mom's family recipe for Spam and cabbage, which we started before the break. We cooked up onions, then took them out of the pan and sliced up some Spam using a very special Spam slicer. Then diced up the slices and cooked them in the same pan the onions cooked in. While we started on the Spam for our musubi by simply slicing and sauteing, this time adding a little teriyaki sauce before we flip them, and got that nice color right there on them.
Yes, it's very beautiful. Beautifully done. Now, will you help me make the Spam and cabbage?
I will, because it sounds like we need to start though first with rice though.
All
I'm
right.
looking at that rice going like,
Rice is all ready to go. We're going to head and turn it on. Off we go.
and it looks like another rice cooker fan. Like you like a rice cooker. We've
I can-
got many that just love their rice cookers.
It's so much easier. I used to use just a pot. There's a method of doing that.
Yeah,
You have to pay attention to it, but with these,
Easy.
mindless, easy going.
what kind of rice went in there?
Just jasmine rice,
Just jasmine rice.
which
Beautiful.
is the best rice to use for my recipes and all.
Okay, all right. What's next?
All right, now what we're going to do here, Jeff, if you will, is get the onions and put
Okay.
them in there and work them in with the Spam. Would be wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you. Now we're going to add a little soy sauce on top of that.
Okay.
Nice.
That looks beautiful.
Yes. Just drizzle a little soy sauce.
Okay.
1,000, 2,003, 1,000, 2,000. That's good right there. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and put the cabbage right on top of that.
Okay.
Awesome.
And what type of cabbage is this?
I'm not sure. We just get it. You can get that anywhere. You can get a Winn-Dixie or Publix.
Okay.
It's just a normal everyday cabbage. I know they have a number of different types of
Sure.
cabbages, but we usually get that same cabbage all the time. Then we can go ahead and put the broth in.
Okay.
Now you can use chicken broth, or you can use beef broth. You can also use just a little water if you want, because there's a lot of flavor in the cabbage.
Okay.
There's a lot of flavor in the meat, and there's a lot of flavor in the teriyaki sauce and the recipe. Now we're going to just cap that up.
Okay.
We'll cover it up. And we're going to simmer it for about 25 minutes. And after that, all you need is a plate and a fork.
Love it. All right. What do we need to do next then?
Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to start making the musubi.
Okay.
So I'm going to get some eggs. We're going to scramble some eggs and
Okay.
move along with that.
All right. You want me to help you here?
Yes.
All right.
Let's get a couple of eggs in there and get a good scramble.
To grab Chef Polani's recipes to celebrate Spam for yourself, go to dinnerdias.com. We have them ready to print or read along with the recipe on your phone while we do the cooking by scanning the QR code in the corner of the screen.
So Jeff, I'm just going to add a little salt to that.
Okay.
There we go, and a little dash of pepper in there. Awesome. All right.
Scrambled to your liking?
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's it. Now we're just going to go ahead and put it in the pan.
And we have this already sprayed here with just a nice...
Yeah. Okay, great.
Very nice. Now, your pan looks a lot different than any of our pans here on set. Is this a special pan that you need for this dish?
Actually, I got this specifically to make these eggs the way it is. Okay, you can use a regular one like this.
Okay.
And what you do is you get a empty can of Spam, put it on top of the egg, and cut it, and you get a nice piece that goes on top of there.
Okay.
But in this case, I can cut two nice pieces, and one for you, and the other one for me.
I love it, my friend. There's like tips and tricks every which way when it comes to Spam, it looks like.
So what we're going to do here is let that egg work itself through. Get it all cooked through there. The thing about egg is that I've not really mastered how to cook a perfect egg.
Okay.
Especially a fried egg. My wife does that really well.
Okay.
Mine comes out just not the right way. But as far as scrambled egg is concerned, all you want to do is try to get all of that cooked through. And then what I do is I kind of flip it over when it's nice and solid, so I can cook the other side.
And get it from equal sides. When we come back from the break, we'll show you the musubi mold to assemble our Spam towers ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. It's a Spam special today as we break all the rules and use a lunch meat in an idea for dinner. Thanks to Spam fan and chef Polani Vasoria, who runs Polani's Hawaiian Noodles in Wesley Chapel, and is sharing two special Spam recipes, a classic Spam musubi, which we're nearly done with, and his mom's recipe for Spam and cabbage. Before the break, we got our jasmine rice going in the rice cooker, then added the onions back to the Spam for our Spam and cabbage, plus soy sauce, the cabbage itself, and a little broth, and you can use any, but Chef Polani used beef broth. Then we whisked some eggs with a little salt and pepper, got them cooking in a specially shaped pan. Then during the break, we took our cooked rice and mixed it with water, rice vinegar, and a little sugar, let it cool so it's not too hot to handle, which now brings us to having some fun, because now we're making the musubi.
We're making the musubi now, and you're going to be making one with me.
Come on now.
All right, so what we're going to do first of all is you get a piece of nori.
Okay.
Okay, nori is very high in antioxidants, very high in iodine also, which is
And
good
if
for your
someone
body.
at home is watching this going like, well, what's that? What is it?
It's a seaweed. You can buy this at any Oriental store, and these are used to make musubi. So you get one of these,
Okay.
all right? So you're going to get one of the Spam musubi makers.
Okay, now you have a special maker for this as
Correct.
well. If someone at home doesn't have a special maker, what could they use?
You can actually use a can of Spam, but I suggest getting one of these on Amazon. It's not very
Okay.
expensive. And when you get one of these, you can make 100 musubis on a daily basis.
Okay, so it's about scale on that one. But if someone was using the Spam can, it is metal. There might be a sharp edge. So someone,
right.
if you are using it, be smart, be safe, make sure you know the edges.
That's correct.
Okay, but this is a lot easier.
Yes, it is.
All right, what do we got to do?
All right, so we're gonna get this one Spam.
Okay.
Go ahead, grab one.
One
You're gonna
Spam.
Place it right on the bottom there.
Okay.
Now, we're going to take one of these eggs. I've already pre-cut one of these. Take that for
Okay,
you.
this is the one right
Yes,
here?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to take this, put it on top of the Spam.
Okay.
All right. Now you're going to wet your gloves.
So you're cutting right to the size of the mold so it fits
Yes.
perfectly and even so you get a really nice bite.
That's correct.
Okay.
Now if you would get that rice bowl there, Jeff, would be
can.
lovely. We'll place it right there.
Okay.
All right, the first thing you want to do is get your gloves kind of damp.
Okay.
Because one thing about jasmine rice, it will stick to your gloves.
Okay.
Okay, you got to reach in there and grab a nice little handful of, well, a little bit larger than a golf ball, smaller than a softball.
Okay.
And pack it nice and tight. So let's compare balls. Perfect.
All right.
All right, now what we're going to do is just put it in the middle, press it down with your fingers, take the musubi cover up there,
Okay.
and with your thumbs,
With my
and
thumb.
Put your fingers on the outside, holding the frame.
Okay.
Press down gently until it's nice and firm. Good. Now pull the top off. Outside first,
Okay, like so.
and then this.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it the other way there. I got
you
the
go.
top off there. Okay. So then we're going
There
to
you
slide
go.
this off
Gonna
like
take
so.
it off. All right. Now
Okay.
what we're going to do with a little water, you're going to wet the musubi, the nori ends on both sides.
Both sides.
Flip it up,
Flip it up.
and flip the other side over. Add a little more water.
Okay.
Let me reach over here for this. Now if you flip it over, you have your perfect musubi.
Look at that. Oh, that's so cool.
Wonderful. Well done. Oh my God, I'll make you Hawaiian one day soon.
I'm going to
Okay?
love it. And you too can have fun with this one because to make yourself a musubi for dinner tonight, grab Chef Palani's recipes at dinnerdeals.com. Just scan the QR code to find us fast. All right. You ready
right.
for a bite? Because I'm ready for a
There
bite.
you go. Take a bite there. There we go.
I love it. It's so good.
It's hard to eat and smile at the same time.
But there's a joy behind it too. I can feel that smile. You all feel that smile. Because if you want to make this for your dinner, we want to know how it tasted. Take a photo and share it at facebook.com/dinnerdeals. That's what our friend Linda did. She's watching Homosassa. Hi, Linda. She made the shrimp cascatelli with boss lady sauce shared by Joe Saker of OG Italian. Linda's told us, love Dinner Diaz. Thanks, Jeff and chefs. Anytime I hear the word Italian, my ears perk up because I'm Italian. The boss lady sauce looked amazing. How could you go wrong combining 3 sauces into one? Brilliant. Thanks. And thank you, Linda, because that dish looks absolutely fantastic. That was kind of a fun one.
was very
I think
nice.
Linda's going to be making the musubi next. I think she's going to be doing it.
I
because
like that shrimp dish.
when we come back, the Spam celebration continues and concludes with cabbage ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Turn off your spam filters because that's all we've been bringing you today. Thanks to Chef Palani Visoria. His restaurant is Palani's Hawaiian Noodles in Wesley Chapel, and he's from Spam's spiritual home, Hawaii, where the recipes he's sharing originated. In a moment, we're finishing up the spam and cabbage as made by his mom, but before the break, we assembled our musubi. Using a custom musubi mold, easy to find online, we started with a layer of seaweed. Then our cooked spam, the egg we did earlier, and some of the cooled seasoned rice. And ta-da! Revealed our musubi, which we wrapped in the nori seaweed as a finishing touch. Now, we spoke earlier about this being an absolute family recipe, and you're a father, I'm a father, you've got sons, I've got my boys. I gotta ask you a question, because this is like plaguing the Philbin household right now. What's your take on Hawaiian pizza? It's like, is pineapple allowed on pizza? Yay, nay?
No.
No.
That's the thing.
Okay.
I don't even sell pizza or coconut in my shop.
Okay.
I used to pick pineapple for 2 seasons when I was in high school. That was
it?
pineapple. Yeah. And coconuts, unless they're from the tree, my mom climbs up the tree, brings it down and chops it up, and
Yeah.
I can eat it that way. Otherwise, no coconuts either.
That's it then.
And no pineapple. Pineapple is not Hawaiian on anything.
And so it should never be on pizza then?
No, never.
You heard it here, folks. That is an official statement right there. Pineapple on pizza, not happening. Shouldn't happen.
Not in my house.
Not all right. But you know what's going to be at everyone's house right now? our Spam and cabbage.
Absolutely.
A quick reminder of how we made it. We browned some sliced onions, then took them out of the pan and sliced up some Spam using a very special Spam slicer. Then diced up the slices and cooked them in the same pan the onions cooked in. Then added the onions back to the Spam, plus soy sauce, the cabbage itself, and a little broth. Put the lid on, and we've left it simmering while our jasmine rice finished in the rice cooker. All right, what do we need to do to plate this
So
up?
what we're going to do here is get our steamed rice. It's already been done, so I'm going to get a scoop of this on here, and we're just going to place it right in the middle of the plate.
Okay.
There you go. One more time. Now, when we have Spam and
And this
cabbage...
was not the seasoned rice that we use for the musubi.
No, it's not. It's just a regular steamed
It's just
jasmine
regular
rice.
plain jasmine
Now,
rice.
if you want to go ahead and scoop some up with there, Phil,
Okay.
Jeff, it'd be lovely. Don't forget the broth in there, too.
Oh, yeah. Look at
Now,
that.
this would feed a family of 5, and my mom would cook it for dinner. The thing about that is you had to be at home before the street lights went out, otherwise you wouldn't get dinner. You could play all day out there. As long as the street lights are not on, you're good.
It's very economical. It's humble. It's a
Yeah.
humble dish.
Now, you can also season this with a little soy sauce if you care to.
Okay.
Some people like to do that. A lot of people like to eat it just the way it is.
Now, is that a good portion right
That's
there?
a great portion.
That's the way to do it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You want to go ahead and dig in?
Show me the way, my friend.
All right.
Thanks again to Chef Polani. The recipes for this dish and the musubi we ate earlier are both at dinnerdias.com. I'm Jeff Philbin. See you next time with another idea for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Dias.
Aloha.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Very nice.